It's in, Aguero getting busy.
Yeah, poor giveaway from Lukaku in the middle as he's trying to lay that one off, and quickly on the break comes Manchester City. And Sergio Aguero, such smart movement here. He's just buying his time, but how quickly he gets on this, and Tim Howard comes up with a great reaction save.
Sterling had a chance as well, but couldn't quite connect to David Silva's cross.
Yeah, this is such great composure in the box, the calmness, the vision to be able to see Sterling. When that gap opens up, Sterling just can't catch up with it.
We've changed our minds about Lukaku's disallowed goal.
Yeah, to show you how hard to get this right for a referee's assistant, I got it wrong at halftime when I had the chance to look at several replays and slow it down. And here it is in live time. Even though it takes a deflection off of Torre, it doesn't matter. It's on the pass from Barkley that you have to look at the offside line. And watch as this ball comes through. Initially, I'd gotten the neon-colored boots mixed up. I thought that right foot was Mangala, but it actually is Lukaku. So when the ball's played, Lukaku just in an offside position. What a terrific call from the referee's assistant, and I apologize to him. I'm going to call him personally.
26 minutes in, Seamus Coleman had a good game and a good chance, Robbie.
Yeah, he did have a good game, but he picked the opportunities when he was going to go forward, and we've seen this plenty of times over the years now with Coleman getting into the last third and just pulls his shot to the near post, but a sign of his intention that he wanted to try and push Raheem Sterling back and impose himself on the game.
Lukaku trying to put Everton ahead.
Yeah, a little disappointing game for Lukaku, but this was probably his best effort, where I think Joe Hopkins, he's got him there, and you can see the reaction by Lukaku, didn't miss by much.
David Silva.
Yeah, I talked about, the man of the match. Just finds those pockets of space. Look how tight that penalty box is, and whaps it against the post. Always on the turn, always drifting in between players. He's very unlucky not to get City away on that.
City impatient, they finally made the breakthrough on the hour mark.
Yeah, and this was the opportunity we talked about. City counter-attacking from the deep position, get runners in, and Raheem Sterling now gets one-on-one with John Stones. Situation he's not had all game, and Koloff makes a great run on the outside, and that's to say he's going to beat Howard on the near post, the goal kick comes. Here's Coleman. I talked about half-time. He didn't go forward very often and leave his centre-backs exposed. David Silva drifting in the space. Sees Stones and recognises an opportunity, Carl.
Yeah, and Barry was so conscious of him in the first half, but in this moment in transition, even though you're in possession, you have to be aware he's the person that can probably get a little bit closer. But even though all those mistakes happen further up the field, they ain't got enough defenders back to deal with this. Cleverly's running with Kolarov. You may say Cleverly, just continue to run with him. But even at this point, there's only one player in the box this cross can come to. And Tim Howard, I know him well, I played with him. He's going to be so disappointed he let in this goal in the near post. In the first half, he was excellent, made a couple saves, but Tim's got to make that save. The only dangerous players in the box, and he was taken care of.
2 minutes from time, Everton fell asleep again. It was 2-0 City.
What a ball from Yaya Toure. When you start seeing Manchester City do this, you realize they're capable of anything. And Nasri comes on, plays with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Now that he's second fiddle to Raheem Sterling, he wants to make an impact, and that's just as good as it gets. The touch over Tim Howard in the pass to him.
Unless you're a Baggies fan, of course. A very eventful game indeed. Starting with the fact that Pedro, he did his Chelsea debut today after signing this week, and a good debut it was. We'll get to that later. But 13 minutes in, Robbie, it was a big moment.
Yeah, proved to be unlucky 13 for Chelsea when Emmanuel Matic makes a clumsy challenge. Wilson on the edge of the box here. He reaches in for the ball, doesn't need to make it. Emmanuel Matic is going out of the box, and you can see Jose Mourinho can't believe how his luck's going. Chris Brunt, as it comes over here, asks for the ball as if he's a designated penalty taker. We were led to believe after that it wasn't, that Morrison was the man to take it. Morrison brushes him off, says, I'm confident, I'll take it, stick it in the back of the net and give us a 1-0 lead. Thibaut Courtois had something else to say from 12 yards. Goalie makes a good save, and I think that's an important save for Chelsea, because just felt that they go a goal down here today and maybe don't get the 3 points, and the pressure really would have gone on Chelsea and Jose Mourinho.
7 minutes later, they made the breakthrough, the Blues did. Pedro with a goal, Carl.
What a debut this is. And, last season, if there's any criticism of a team that was nearly flawless, is they had to rely on Costa and they had to rely on Hazard a lot for the goals. And to be able to sign a player who could chip in, here's a good combination play as Hazard central gets it to him, benefits from a little bit of a deflection, but they will get goals out of Pedro this season.
West had a corner, but from the corner, Chelsea made it 2.
Watch how fast they break here, too. And right here, Jakob makes a decision to try to cut out a pass, a risk that doesn't pay off. Look at how many Chelsea players are busted into the box, and it's Costa from a full sprint that starts all the way back on a defensive set piece on his own. 6. Watch how he covers this ground. As Earl was talking about recently, always concerns about his hamstring, a chronic injury that he brought over from Atletico Madrid, but at full pace, reads this play, shows the heart, shows the work ethic, and the finishing touch.
James Morrison had that penalty save, but he was determined to make amends.
And when this ball gets dropped back down, Morrison hits that so well. Plenty of defenders in front of Courtois, and it's Rondon who tries the spectacular overhead kick and maybe a little bit lucky to see it drop right to Morrison, who buries it.
It went to 3-1 just before half-time, which ended up being the winning goal, huh?
And Cesar Azpilicueta, who you thought maybe with Roman coming in, who wasn't available, will move him off to the right side eventually. But showing a little bit of a goal-scoring touch here, as Costa does so well to use his strength. That makes the defender and goes in near post.
Into the second half, Diego Costa and Claudio Jakob have an altercation.
You know, you get the sense with Costa, when he'd fight with his grandmother if he was on the opposition team. He's never too far away from controversies, and it looks here like there's a contact between the two heads. I think he gets the benefit of the doubt from the referee that it's not as dangerous, but we've seen players being sent off for that and less, and so a little bit fortunate, Diego Costa. Something he's going to have to watch for the rest of the season, but this was the situation where John Terry gets himself in an awkward position. He's the wrong side of Rondon as the striker's going through, and his contact, you'll see, doesn't get the right side of the defender. There's contact there with the big striker. He goes down, denying a goal-scoring opportunity, and he gets himself a red card. Not a good last few weeks for John Terry.
James Morrison once again still trying to make amends.
Yeah, I think a hat-trick might have been the only thing that would have got him off the hook here, but it was a great performance from him. Afterwards, the ball comes in from Mehmet, who was outstanding in the game. And just a little flick header, doesn't know exactly where the goal is, but knows if he just gets the slightest of touches, he might be able to beat Courtois. He does. But just too little too late. There is an opportunity here at the end where a ball eventually falls down to Roman and just scuffs it a little bit, doesn't catch it as sweetly as he would like. West Brom were asking a lot of questions. Jose Mourinho glad that the clock ran out on this one and gets the full 3 points.
He does indeed. His reaction tells the story as well. That was it at the final whistle as he embraces Tony Pulis.